Bonjour, hi. I'm Adam Déragon, and today I'm with
Denim.
Yeah, this will be my first makeup drag transformation.
I'm so excited. I think this is the first time I've ever put someone in drag for the first time.
For real?
Yes.
I'm excited. I sent you some inspo for the look. I really like your makeup style as a drag. Something out of the box, something out of the binary experience.
Yeah.
So let's play with that.
Yeah.
Do you have any like inspo that you want to go forward to?
We can use parts of my drag aesthetic, but also infuse your drag aesthetic into it. We're gonna figure it out on the spot as we go. It can be a collaborative process.
Perfect.
For sure.
Let's see it. So first thing first, my hair.
Yes.
We need to remove that beautiful rising hair.
Have you ever glued your eyebrows on before?
No.
No? Oh my god.
Like I really tried to do makeup like during the pandemic. I was like, oh, let's try something new, and you know, like I'm gender fluid. Growing up, I wasn't like tempted to do makeup that much.
Yeah.
But when I discovered like my own femininity, I was like, why not? And I bought this Nikki Drag palette.
Yeah.
Cancelled queen. Anyways.
Cancelled queen.
And I tried and I had fun, but like all the inspo are more femme, more woman based.
Yeah.
So when I saw you on Canada Drag Race, I was like, oh, that's fun. That's like something that I can play with and explore.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I don't really see my drag as like dressing up as a woman. Like my persona can be femme, but it's not like a man dressing as a woman necessarily. There's something about like playing with the extremities of like hyper femininity and hyper masculinity that I love in my drag, and like finding a balance between like what makes me feel comfortable in my body, but also be able to like express like fashion references that I love, makeup references that I love, and like, I don't know, just embody like different characters.
And you said that it was really like a euphoric experience for you for doing drag and like in your own gender.
Yeah.
And how can it be so euphoric for you?
I think there's something about like, if I had have tried to do drag in the way that I do now before transitioning and being in a body that I'm comfortable in now, I wouldn't have had the same experience. But knowing that I'm doing this as a persona, as a character, and then I get to go home and like take all of it off, it really like separates it from my identity. It's just like a creative outlet. It's like performance art. Yeah,
because expression and identity is like so separate.
Exactly.
So you're playing with more expression and less about identity.
Yeah. So this might be a little weird, but the first thing I'm gonna do is wipe your eyebrows with alcohol, because it just pulls all of the like oil and like dirt out of them. But they can be like nice and ready to be glued to your face.
I wish I could like sleep with the makeup, so tomorrow on my office work I'll just show up like this.
I've definitely slept in my face before.
Ooh, that's not a good
thing. It's not good. It's not good, no. But like sometimes you have a gig at like 8 a.m. the next morning and you get home from the club at like 3 a.m. and you're like, you know what? I don't want to wake up that early. I'm gonna take your eyebrow glue virginity.
Do you find it like a bit overwhelming, like all the makeup and everything?
I definitely do. I think it's like hard to find a balance sometimes. I have a lot of sensory issues about like certain clothing and having things on my face. So like, yes, it's definitely a struggle sometimes.
Did you find any tools to ground more yourself or like to feel more comfy with this time?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've found ways to like self-soothe and like be able to, like, if I need to take my space, I take my space. Or if I need to take my costume off, I just take my costume off and chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like in drag, I'm almost like a different person. And it kind of like helps me cope with it a little bit more. It's definitely overwhelming at times. Especially like when like filming TV, there was just like like fully like 10-hour days of just like being in full drag, and it's like, I don't know, I really had to find ways to like make myself feel comfortable, you know. Kind of talked about it with Brooklyn at one point where it's like, I'll just say people tend to like see things from a different perspective, and have like a very different like outlook on things. And I think that helped me a lot because it helped me kind of like set myself apart from everyone else and like think outside of the box. But there were definitely challenges. I don't know. I think I was really at the time like struggling, and I still do, but like I've gotten more comfortable now, but like struggling with like spontaneity and just living in the moment and just allowing myself to exist. I think I was so used to like masking for so long in my life that like fully like letting myself go, especially on such a large scale and high pressure situation, like really got me in my head.
But it was good to see you and have that kind of representation as well.
And overall, I'm like very happy that like there's so many people who feel represented and are able to like have that. And overall, like that's the most important part to me. Like the negativity does not matter. But it's definitely like impacted my response. Like if Adam really doesn't like my voice, then I have a big problem. Yes, that's a big topic of discussion all season.
I really like it. It's like a bit sassy, a bit like kind of just you.
Thank you.
And did you like work your voice out to be this voice?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think it really is a sensitive topic because, like, people commenting on, like, a trans person's voice when that's something that, like, I'm, like, deeply dysphoric about and I'm very hyper-conscious about when I'm, like, talking to people, and also, like, being on the spectrum and being hyper-aware of how I'm being perceived in conversations and, like, social cues and the way I communicate. Like, of course, that's something that, like, strikes a nerve for me. So like having it be dissected and like talked about to that extent, and like hearing people literally be like, I can't watch the show because of your voice, and like it's just crazy because it's like there's so many cis gay men who have been on the show who sound exactly like me. Like
it's not something new.
Yeah, it's not about me. I fear if I address that
that people don't see like the nuance of like your trans identity and your drag persona.
For sure. The fact that my voice sounds gay is something that like made me pass for a long time. So that's like something that like feels safe to me. But I've also just always talked this way, so it's like I don't know. It's so I'm putting a setting powder in it so that they don't move. I'm gonna do pink if that's okay with you.
Yeah. But you killed it, by the way, with the I think it's Julia Fox.
Thank you.
Yeah, you nailed it with her voice and everything. It was like made for you. You were playing that so easily.
I wish there was more of it shown because honestly it was very iconic.
She's such an icon.
I love her, and she noticed it.
Oh, for real?
She like commented on it and everything. I was like so gagged.
That's cool.
Yeah. She like shared it to her story. I was like, anyways, I'm gonna die. Because I like actually am obsessed with her. Like, I just think her relationship with her son is so cool too. Like, she's such a cool mom.
But speaking of mom,
your mom. It's so funny. I did like a press day yesterday. And everyone's like, Denim, you're great. We love you. But let's talk about your mom. Like, literally. Yeah, she's an icon.
Yeah.
I love Cheryl.
Just like the way you were so warm with her and how proud you both were of each other. Like, that was the moment for me.
Yeah, it was so sweet. I feel like my mom has like always been a part of my like drag journey, but like she's never been in it. Like, you know what I mean? She's always like watching from the audience. Drag has like such a power. My mom can like put everyone else in her life before herself and like neglect her own needs, and being able to like give her that moment where like you know what I mean, like it was like completely about her was just so special.
She seems to enjoy that moment.
Yeah, no, she really loved it. Like, she's obsessed. She was so much more confident than I thought she would be. Like, she fully like lit up and like, it was so good.
Because you see her speaking at first and she's like all reserved and everything, and on the stage she's like, ooh, walking with that confidence, and everything was iconic.
But she's so iconic.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I'm gonna go wet this really quickly. Sorry, I'm leaving you
Ooh.
looking like this.
Denim! I look like your worst nightmare.
Literally. My mom literally throws like viewing parties at her house every week. Like,
They made like custom t-shirts about Go Denim Go. Oh my god.
my stepdad actually made one.
Whoa.
He like put my Instagram handle on the back of it. I was like, iconic.
I mean, it's the intention.
Yes.
Obviously, I stalk you. I'll just go straight for it. And I saw your website. It's
Yes.
so freaking cool. I played with your little game. It was iconic. I was like, oh my god, so much fun. And then I learned that in 2018 you were studying in Bachelor in
Yes.
Gaza.
Yeah.
Fine art, intermedia, and cyber art.
Yes.
Was this for your like denim marketing, or more like for a plan B or something else?
I started out my career in like studio arts,
Mm-hmm.
and I was minoring in photography. I was going to Mount Allison actually in New Brunswick.
Mm.
And I don't know, I started doing a lot of like experimental like video art and like performance art, and I was like, I don't know, every chance I got, like I was turning all my like sculpture classes and my drawing classes into like performance art classes, and my professors were like, well, we don't really offer this here, like why don't you go somewhere where you like can actually take classes in these things. So yeah, I ended up coming to Concordia, and it's honestly how I kind of started drag, because I was making like weird video art of me like as this like femme character, and I was doing a like critique, like we like show our work and have like our class critique it, and I was like, I don't know, I had an epiphany that I was like, oh, I guess like I've kind of just been doing drag my entire life. Like leading up to my transition, like all of those years was just this like hyper femme persona that I was like putting on for the world. Kind of like blossomed out of that.
Good for you.
Yeah. Kind of melded into like both practices like came together.
Mm-hmm.
And now I make a lot of like video work as Denim and like performance work as Denim, but
That's cool.
yeah, and I started learning how to like program and make like electronic costumes and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen like one of my runways this season is like the fairy that you did.
Yeah.
It actually moves. Like I made it so that the wings fly and the
No way.
propeller like spins.
Is that like the runway? Because I
Yeah, you do. I'll show you.
Okay.
I started doing that, and something I'm like trying to like incorporate into my drag, because I think it's really cool.
Yeah, but like your style is so different from the more cis gay experience of drag. Is there any challenge with that?
I feel like I've always kind of struggled to like fit in the scene in Montreal, and like especially when I first moved here, I actually like lied about the fact that I was trans. Like I didn't tell anyone that I was trans, and I felt like it was something that would like hinder my success, or like people wouldn't want to book me, because that was my experience in the past. And I don't know, I didn't know other trans men doing drag at the time, and like I was coming from Prince Edward Island, so like I didn't really have those resources, and I didn't know I didn't really know that many drag artists aside from like the ones that I followed on Instagram, you know what I mean? So I didn't really have community, and I didn't really know that like, I don't know, it was okay for me to like be a trans man and like be doing drag and
Having your own sense of style of drag and performing as well.
Yeah. It helped me be able to get my foot in the door here, and not disclosing that I was trans, like I think was the reason that I was like so easily accepted at first. People have even told me, like older queens in in the drag scene here that like if they had have known that I was a trans man like before booking me, they maybe wouldn't have booked me knowing that, or they would have like had like preconceived like judgments of me, and then just getting to see me as a performer first and like getting to see like what I'm capable of. They were like, oh, this makes us like want to be more inclusive. This makes us want to have more diversity in our scene. And like, yeah, I think
you proved them wrong.
Yes, for sure.
But like at what point, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's hard.
And like I literally like came out on stage basically by like doing a number during a competition that I was wearing like a trans flag and like whatever. And
on a specific song?
It was a very specific challenge. Like, so basically the competition we had to pretend we were doing a corporate gig, and we had to promote like diversity in our number. It was like a pride number for like a corporate gig on their lunch break, but they're like straight people, so it has to be like watered down. It can't be like too much. It was like a very specific challenge. I did like a number to Born This Way, which is like so cheesy, but like that was like what the challenge was. Yes. None of the judges like knew I was trans at that point. One of them reacted like very badly to like my body hair on stage, and like it was like a whole thing. And it kind of just like started like a conversation around that. I feel like in that moment I was like, oh, this is why I didn't tell people I was trans.
The violence is still here, but it's like so subtle and more like verbal than like
for sure.
Physical. And that's the thing. It's so easy for us to gaslight ourselves.
For sure.
And not believing that, oh, that's transphobic.
It was definitely like a learning experience though. Like, I'm gonna like set your face with the same thing I set your eyebrows, so it's just gonna be like a giant like powder puff to your face. It's giving Peppa Pig. She's on the mood board for sure.
That for me. And you told me that you're not a big fan of astrology, but I have to know your sign.
Can you guess my sign?
Oh. Can you just like tell me your element, like water, fire, earth? Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius are air sign. So I feel like Libra. Yeah. Like Venus, I think so.
Venus is a Libra too, and so is Amy.
Okay.
You're like the most indecisive person.
Like a good like people pleaser person as well.
Yes, very that.
And I feel like for drag it can be really a good thing for performing.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you met him?
We met during the pandemic. He's from New York.
Okay.
He had been following me on Instagram for like 5 years. And I didn't know him, and like I wasn't following him.
Fair enough.
And he had like DM'd me like years ago, but I didn't remember.
Too famous.
Like, it wasn't even like my drag account either. Like, it was like
your personal?
Yeah.
Like a deep fan.
Yeah, and he just like stanned me like as a person for some reason.
I mean, I understand. I fully understand why, but okay. For some reasons. No, fair enough.
Yeah, I saw him on Twitter because I followed his best friend, and he retweeted a picture of them together, and I was like, oh, he's cute. And I like followed him, and then he was like fangirling. He was like, oh my god, I've been following you for so long, like whatever. So I ended up like DMing him, and we literally talked like every day since for like 10 months, and we couldn't meet because the border was closed during the pandemic. So we ended up just like literally FaceTiming every single day, and then we met, and then we got married.
You hold.
Yes.
Wow.
No, we literally got married. So.
Oh my god! Congrats.
Thank you.
It's funny because one of the ring, I think like the one with like the black stone.
Yes.
I bought this ring for my bestie. Really.
So funny. We didn't get our rings in time when we got married, so we used Hello Kitty rings from like the dollar store. We literally got married in his apartment with like a couple of friends and like our family on Zoom.
Was this during the pandemic?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do we want like eyebrows, or do we want this to be more of like a creature type of vibe?
Creature.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we will not do eyebrows, but we'll do.
What was your favorite challenge?
Makeover was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
The ball was the one that I was like so excited for, like going into it. I've always wanted to do a ball on Drag Race. They did it differently. They made our entrance looks be a part of like our ball looks.
Okay. Because it was like my first time watching like Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So like I knew there were some like difference, like the Golden Beaver and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't knew for them.
Yeah, usually the ball is like you bring 2 looks from home and then you make one. But they did it differently. Also, I do my makeup very chaotically, where I go back and forth between things and I don't finish something and then I go back to it later. So don't think that like I'm necessarily done with something when I'm gonna go back to your nose later.
I'm thinking about nothing. Like I cannot even tell what you're doing right now, so that's perfect for you and for me as well.
I just realized I never asked. Do you know what your drag name is?
Oh my god. I have no clue.
You gotta figure it out by the end of the night.
Oh. But like for you it's so iconic.
Do you know how I got my drag name?
No, tell me.
It's so stupid. First time I ever performed live, it was like an open stage in like a college party in a basement, and I was like blackout drunk and I did my performance. I was wearing like a denim thong and they were like, "What's your drag name?" And I was like, "Denim pussy." And then like it just stuck with me. I was like, okay, like no one else is ever gonna have this name, because why the fuck would you name yourself Denim Pussy? So yeah, it just like stuck and I was like, it makes no sense, but that's kind of what's iconic about it. People thought it meant like, damn, I'm pussy or something like that, but I'm like, no, it just actually makes no sense. I literally don't know what other name I would have. Like that is the only name that makes sense to me.
It looks you so well at the same time.
Yeah. Did you ever perform in drag, do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. Not seeing that kind of representation before was like, but like maybe like a queer non-cis event. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. But like during Canada Drag Race, when everyone was like hyping you and like saying you're that girl, I personally cannot like just heard those words, you know, just like from the experience of being like non-binary. I was like, oh my god. But how do you manage that?
I mean, like I like choose to go by she, her in drag and he, him out of drag, because like I find that I feel like I'm being like clogged if people use they them pronouns for me personally as like a binary trans person. But also I think like it gives me that separation, because I could tell when people are using they them pronouns for me in drag, it's like becoming about my identity and it's like them not knowing what to address me as, and that makes me uncomfortable because my drag is like a persona and I'm playing a femme character and I'm like comfortable playing that character. Yeah, it makes it weird for me because it's then becoming about like my identity. And like, yeah, that's why I'm like, they're like 2 separate beings in my brain, and that's how I separate it. And like, yeah, like obviously don't call me she out of drag, like but yeah, I also like gay people saying like girl or like queen or whatever, like it's really like I know like some people are bothered by it, which is totally fine, but for me personally it's just like I don't see it as being like called a woman, if that makes sense. It's very like, it's just like, I don't know, your fear is like
at the end of the day you don't want to be a girl, but you want to be that girl.
Yes. Before we started filming, they asked me if I was comfortable with it or if I wanted it to be different. Sorry, I'm gonna pull your eye a little bit. They asked me if I wanted to be addressed a different way, and I was like, no. I just want to like feel like everyone else also. Like, it feels weird to be, like, singled out in some ways, like.
And, like, for you, what's being your experience of being a man?
It's a hard question.
Yeah.
I feel like being autistic, like, I've always had, like, a weird view of gender, and, like, it's hard because, like, I do see myself as, like, a binary trans man, but at the same time, like, I don't understand, like, social expectations of gender, like, gender roles, etc. Like, I've never really, like, claimed them. My entire life, I, like, dressed very, like, gender fluid, I guess, and, like, never really understood the concept of gender. I just know I'm, like, the things that I'm, like, dysphoric about, and what makes me feel comfortable, and, like, I just listen to that, I guess.
The inner feeling.
Yeah. And I've also, like, identified as, like, everything under the sun. Until I, like, finally found, like, a label that felt good. It's hard.
It's really hard. You have so much space for everything, but nothing at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
So it can be like a black hole of like, where am I? Where am I?
For sure.
And am I sticking to one label? And playing that and proving myself for others and for myself. Oh my god, I love the little like stars moment. I kind of look like a garden fairy.
Yeah.
I like it.
I regret putting the purple because now I want to put the green.
You can like just do the lips and it can be fun. Don't pressure yourself.
I'm gonna outline your lip with pink. How do you feel? Like.
To be fair, I was really unsure of the lips, but I like it.
Okay, period. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's more femme looking.
Yeah.
But I love it.
We can also do a mustache if you want one.
No,
like,
no.
Do you want one?
I don't know.
Ah, we can do one. I'm just gonna start there, and then I'm going to match it on the other side. And I'm gonna... Do you want me to like swirl it? Like. It's so cute.
Well, I like it like that.
Do you want me to leave it like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
period.
like it like that.
The inside of the lip color, I don't know yet.
Okay.
It's so up to you.
Can we like choose a color and then make a gloss so it will be like more glossy look? Okay, so let's try with the green.
Okay.
And make it glossy.
Yeah.
Because we're using the balaclava after the green one to finish the look.
I've never done a green lip before.
You're doing amazing.
I feel like we should do a brown.
I'm also like a cute watermelon.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm juicy. Maybe that's your drag name, Juicy Couture.
Juicy fruit.
The juicy
That's
fruit.
so cute.
Juicy fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy fruity. That's a good one. Perfect. We got this.
So maybe close your eyes so I don't spray your eyeballs. And I give you like a beauty mark. I love a beauty mark. I mean, I guess above your brow is not going to show, but I think beauty marks are just like so crunchy. Like, just. Do we want
Highlight moment or?
Do you want sparkle?
Yes. Yeah. What a question.
It's a must. Are we putting lashes? I feel like it would be really cute.
Okay.
But also, if you're like not comfortable with them, that's
I mean, let's do it. Let's try it. At this point,
there's nothing comfortable about it. So.
I can totally understand how you can dissociate it.
Yeah.
You're saying, like, being this, I'm like, yeah, lashes, yeah, like fake nails. Call me girl. Yeah, I understand. I understand now.
Oh, these lashes are so cute. If at any point they get uncomfortable, you can also take them off. But you know what I mean? Like, you need a lash. Like, didn't that just, like, change your entire face?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. This is why I hate myself until I put a lash on.
So cute. It's cute. I didn't expect this at all.
What were you expecting?
Nothing.
Fair. Oh, there was green on that. Love that.
Oh, but well.
Well, it's kind of cute. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
I know how to
yeah.
fix this.
Can you make like the corner green?
That's what I'm gonna
Perfect.
do. Wait, what a happy accident.
Yeah, Bob Ross moment. That's just so cute.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It like
It's
gives
popping
the
right.
pop, yeah. Actually gonna put letters. Okay.
Ta-da!
Yeah. How do you feel?
Like that girl.
Is this where you thought it was going when you were like a pink blob like an hour ago?
No, I was a bit. No, I was pretty like confident about your skills, but wasn't like expecting this at all. Yeah, but oh my god,
So cute.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Denim.
Thank you.
Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me.
You, of course.